Let's turn our attention back to Enugu State, where Nigeria's Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, is seeking partnership with the state government. Well, joining me for this conversation is the Special Advisor to the Governor on Digital Economy and SME Development, Arinze Chiloofia. Thank you for joining us on the news at 1. The federal government intends to train about 1.1 million residents in Enugu on digital skills by 2027. But what resources do you say the state has to make this a reality in terms of human capital infrastructure and also access to rural communities?
Thank you very much for having me. So firstly, we want to, the Enugu State government wants to appreciate the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Mr. Bosun Tijani. He was here with his team, some MDs of some of the subsidiaries under them. Like we had the MD of Niger Comsat come along as well, and also the Secretary of USPF, and also representatives from Galaxy Backbone. They had a courtesy call with His Excellency Dr. Kutamba to align with, they had seen the transformative work we've been doing in the digital economy space and around innovation, and they had come to acknowledge that and also support with what we are doing. So to your question about the 1.1 million, so it's broken out into two aspects. The 1 million of that is for digital literacy programs. So they have an initiative of the ministry that is under their NDEP's strategy, where they have a program called Digital Skills Nigeria. So it's supposed to be digital literacy programs for the youth, for civil servants. So the civil servants component, we have already started that with them in conjunction with the ministry, like I said, FCDO and Tech for Dev. We've trained about 14,000 civil servants on this, and we keep going. One thing we've done is to ensure that it is mandatory for civil servants to go through this training to be considered for promotions, their yearly promotions. Then the other aspect of it, about 150,000, that is 50,000 a year, would be under the 3MPT program. So as you know, the 3MPT program has commenced. They will be entering into the third batch. And for the first time, Enugu State through the SME Center is going to be the first state ALC, that is the Assistant Learning Center. Typically, 3MPT had been working with private sector hubs. But this is the first time they are collaborating with the state to, ensure that this is scalable across board, both for the rural communities and urban centers. So that's quite notable. We're about to start the pilot of this with 5,000. And what we've done is two-pronged. We have identified hubs within within the tertiary institutions in our state. We've collaborated with them to have access
to what you said, this scheme seems quite inclusive, but we saw the minister clarifying that this training is not intended to make Nigerians or residents in Enugu tech talent immediately, but to serve as a foundation. So what plans are in place to support the growth of startups and also small businesses, especially those who will be utilizing some of these skills in their businesses?
Okay, thank you. But just to wrap up, we're collaborating with universities to use their ICT hubs. Then as a state, we're establishing what we call digital skill enhancement zones across all 17 local governments to provide for digital skills training across board. Then to your question, so there's a separation, like I said, there's the literacy training programs, digital literacy training. Then there's the more core tech skills program, which is under the 3MTT. This is the foundational initial training, 3-4 months. That's the 3MTT program across different skill sets like UI, UX design, software engineering, cybersecurity, data analytics, and visualization across board, right? After that, the Enugu State government has, made available some funds for startups to be able to access to also support their endeavors. Under the 350 program, they have hackathons that are in place for, top startups, to be able to benefit from. The state government is also going to support with that initiative as well. Then also we have, incubation hubs in the state, like our partnership with Cafe One, and a few other hubs that we have where we would be able to provide these startups with incubation support services.
All right, that has
And
pretty much answered my question. I mean, about supporting
okay.
for some of these startups. But let's talk security, which is still, you know, a concern. How much growth have you seen in Enugu State in the area of utilizing technology, you know, to protect residents?
Okay, it's very good that you mentioned that. The minister came in and he came to our world-class command and control center, and he was very, very impressed because he was able to see a location similar to what he saw in China, where he could, you know, we had screens showing, you know, all everywhere across Enugu State. So both the urban metropolis and the rural communities, hot zones, we could, you know, use those AI-powered cameras to be able to check out any location. And these AI-powered cameras can also read facial recognition and also the license plates of vehicles. So he was able to understand the full scope of this security infrastructure. And also with the ministry through NCC, we are integrating the operations of the Command and Control Center, Enugu State, with the Emergency Command and Control Center of NCC, so we can align to have the emergency contact details of 112 for the whole state. We have the Rapid Response Squad that is aligned with Command and Control Center, so was able to see firsthand that infrastructure and how we're supporting with security in Enugu State.
All right. Special Advisor on Digital Economy and SME Development to Governor Peter Omba in Enugu State, Arinze Chile Ofia. Thank you for joining us on the News at 1.